Hi guys, my name's Katie. I'm a VA. I used to be a teacher and now I use my services to help other people in the education sector to set up small businesses and just to help them with the day-to-day running of it. Um, the reason that I'm with you today is because I have found a tool called Dubsado, which is a customer relationship management tool, which I just think is absolutely awesome. And I wanted to show you around really quickly and let you see what it's all about. And then once we've done that, we'll have a look about setting it up and how that can work for you. So Dubsado, as I've said before, is a customer relationship management tool, and it really deals with the whole process of getting your customers from the very moment that they're onboarded and they fill out that lead capture form, right to the end where you archive the customer. And it can work for a lot of different business types, but I think mostly people tend to use it who are in the service industry. So I see a lot of wedding photographers who use it, consultants, coaches, lots of people like that. People who offer services like myself, VAs, are also really into Dubsado. The features that I like the best, it has a lot of features, but the ones that I like the best are the contracts and the forms. I'm going to see they've sent me this lovely mock-up of how a form can look. So this is an example of how the proposal and the contract and the invoice can be sent to the customer. And so you'll see here, it's got a fab header. You can put packages into your proposal, which the customer can then select whichever one they want, or multiple ones if they want lots of them. You can do add-ons to the package as well, and you can even type something useful in there. Interestingly then, if you submit it, it will take you straight to a contract, which is great because obviously it means therefore the customer doesn't have to mess about waiting for emails to come through. So if we sign it, oh, what date is it today? 25th? 25th it is. There we go. What have I forgotten? What haven't I done? Some initials up there. And once you've done that, it will even take you straight to an invoice, she said, waiting very patiently to see if it'll come through. There we go. And as you can see, there's the package item that I chose and the add-on that was popped in, and it's got a payment schedule underneath. So this one looks like it's paying a quarter of it up front and 3/4 of it at the end. And payment options are in there too. So you can see how much stuff Dubsado does already. That said, there's even more awesome things that Dubsado can do for you as well. The one thing that I really like, and the thing that you've got to get your head around if you're going to make Dubsado work for you, is the workflows. So the workflows are what automate the process for you. So you can go from a lead capture form to sending an email, to sending a proposal, to sending a contract and an invoice, and even for sending emails when people don't fill out forms. So, for example, if you sent out a proposal and the customer or your potential client didn't get back in touch and didn't sign the form, you can set up a workflow so that in, say, 3 days' time, it will resend that form and send them a little reminder. And you can also use the workflow to automatically archive a project if a client decides not to take you up on your proposal. So I think that's a really helpful thing, especially as businesses get busier and busier. The potential for things to fall through the cracks becomes larger and larger. The other thing that I really like about Dubsado is the scheduling tool. Now, this was coming out just as I started to use Dubsado, so I don't have a lot of experience of Dubsado without the scheduling tool. But I think as it worked beforehand, you could use the scheduler in Dubsado, but there was no video integration. And so you couldn't set up a video call without having to go in and manually adding your Zoom link to it, which wasn't great. Now you can have video integration in Dubsado, which means that you can send a link out to a scheduler for a client and you can then get them to fill that out and it will automatically generate a Zoom link for them, which is fantastic. So I use that all the time for discovery calls for my clients, and also just for our weekly catch-ups as well. It's a really useful tool. The other thing that you can do in Dubsado is your accounting and your invoicing. A lot of people choose not to, I think, because at the moment you can use Dubsado in the UK with PayPal or Stripe, which is great, but no, things become a little bit more manual when you've got a bank transfer, because then you have to go in and do it yourself. I do use invoicing in Dubsado and go manually into Dubsado and update it when an invoice has been paid, and it's not too much of a bother, and just means that everything stays nicely in the same place. So when it comes to April and HMRC are on my tail, I can easily show them what I've made and what I've spent. So that's really useful. All right, I think that's probably enough for now. When I come back to you again, we'll have a look at getting signed up for Dubsado. I'll show you how to sign in and the two most important things that you need to do before you get going with your Dubsado. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.